Alex, don't be disrespectful. You're being disrespectful. Hold on. No, wait, I did not call on you, Stephen. Go ahead, Alex. You're next.
My first question is, last year, two questions. The first is, last year we were really kind of hoping that the holiday season would go well, sort of look normal, and then Omicron came along and sort of disrupted a large chunk of January, February schools, flights. Are we seeing a similar dynamic, especially with some of these new subvariants coming along? And then my second question, Dr. Fauci, for you specifically, what was the most difficult moment of the pandemic response for you throughout the last, two and a half years?
I'll start with the first, and then obviously Dr. Fauci can answer the second. So the short answer is no. First of all, you can't predict with any certainty. So we don't know what Mother Nature is going to throw at us. That said, these subvariants, obviously we're tracking them very closely. The good news is, even if you see a diminishing of our vaccines, they're still effective against these subvariants, way more effective than the original vaccine, right? So I feel very confident that if people continue to get vaccinated at good numbers, if people get boosted, we can absolutely have a very safe and healthy holiday season. Well, there's always a caveat here of things out of the left field you can't predict and you can't, but nothing I have seen in the subvariants makes me believe that we can't manage our way through it effectively, especially if people step up and get their vaccine.
So that's a really difficult question to answer, but the most difficult because, we've all lived through almost 3 years of the most horrendous outbreak that we've experienced as a society in well over 100 years. But there are certain things that stand out. I mean, I could probably write an essay on all the things that were difficult time. But one of the things as a physician whose goal in life is to care for patients and to prevent and treat illness and ameliorate suffering is that I remember back in my days in medical school and when I was an intern and a resident, when a patient came in, whether or not the patient didn't like you, was angry with you, whether it was a rich person or a poor person, you treated everybody the same because you cared about them and you wanted everyone to walk out healthy. So when I see people in this country, because of the divisiveness in our country, of not getting vaccinated for reasons that have nothing to do with public health, but have to do because of divisiveness and ideological differences, as a physician, it pains me because I don't want to see anybody get infected. I don't want to see anybody hospitalized, and I don't want to see anybody die from COVID. Whether you're a far-right Republican or a far-left Democrat, it doesn't make any difference to me. I look upon it the same way as I did in the emergency room in the middle of New York City when I was taking care of everybody that was coming in off the street. So that's the thing that troubles me most about this.
Go ahead, Jeremy.